Rate me, don't you?
Kons podcast.
Rate me, don't you?
Hit that like button, subscribe and share.
Rate me, don't you? Rate me, don't you?
Constant content.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna definitely touch on Diddy, you feel me, and his verdict and what he's been found of and the charges that he's been hit with on the trip of Cassie's friend had sent the judge a letter saying, please don't let this nigga out of jail. About Pusha T, how he got Kendrick's verse on that new song that leaked and they kicked him off the label. Diddy was definitely found guilty, you know what I'm saying? If you didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Diddy was definitely found guilty today, you know what I'm saying? This morning, trafficking without the fraud or without the force or without the coercion involved in him, you know? Yo, what's up? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on? What's happening? You feel me on this fine Wednesday? You know what I'm saying? On this fine Wednesday, July 2nd at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I mean? What's happening? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Didn't get to record yesterday. It was a whole lot happening. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot happening. You already know how this shit goes when I don't record on a certain day. You know what I'm saying? Just be too much going on. You feel me? Too much, whether it be too much physical shit happening, too many appointments, you know what I'm saying? Too much shit to do, too much on my brain, too much mental shit going on, whatever the case may be, you feel me? It wasn't a good look to record, you know what I'm saying? That's what happens when I don't record. It don't be a good look to record, you know what I'm saying? And I'd like to be in full positive energy when I come and record on this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So yesterday wasn't a day for that, you feel me? But yeah, I'm back today though, you know what I'm saying? I really was waiting on that verdict though, you know what I'm saying? On that Diddy verdict. I finally got the verdict in, did my little research, got some clips for you and all that. We're gonna go into all that shit today, you know what I mean? I only got a couple of topics for you today, you know what I'm saying? Just gonna go over that shit. Got some shit about Pusha T, you feel me? But yeah, how y'all doing though? You know what I'm saying? Oh boy, y'all is doing cool, you feel me? We in the middle of the motherfucking week. You know what I'm saying? It is the week of Independence Day. You feel me? Got Independence Day on Friday. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy, y'all buying y'all motherfucking charcoal, buying y'all hot dogs and motherfucking chicken and ribs and all whatever it is that you throw on the motherfucking grill. You know what I'm saying? It's about that time. Gonna be on motherfucking Friday. You know what I mean? July 4th. Independence Day, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, welcome in, you know what I'm saying? Kick your feet up, you feel me? This is where we do the news, you know what I'm saying? Go over headlines and updates and shit that may have made a headline, that may have hit you in the face with a headline whenever you log on to the internet, whether your homepage is Yahoo, Google, MSNBC, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your homepage is, Hip Hop DX, wherever you may have get the news, you feel me? Or whatever may have went viral or made a headline, I'm probably touching on that shit right here on Kons Podcast, you know what I'm saying? Probably covering it, you feel me? So tune in, get your daily news, you know what I'm saying? Get your daily hood news, you feel me? Covering all these headlines and current updates, the Diddy trial and wars and all kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? I like to post Monday through Friday. Sometimes it don't always work out every day, Monday through Friday, but you gonna definitely get 3 to 4 episodes a week for sure, you know what I mean? Stay tuned to your hood news, you know what I'm saying? So we usually go over the news and then I give you my closing thoughts, which is my thoughts and opinions on the subjects that you have just heard in the episode, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's what we do here. If this your first time, if you have just subscribed and this your first episode, you feel me? That's everything, all of what we do on this channel, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's been hot out here, been hot as fuck. Like I've been saying, you know what I'm saying? The heat is definitely creeping in. 100 days, 100-degree weather is definitely creeping in for sure. You know what I'm saying? We slowly inching towards that shit. We had 95 yesterday. I think we are going to be a high of like 98 or 95 again today. We ain't really touching 100, but goddamn it, 95-degree weather feel like 100-degree motherfucking weather when you walk outside, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely itching closer and getting there, you feel me? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is episode 270, you feel me? Episode 270 today. Just got a couple of topics for you today, you know what I'm saying? But before that, you feel me? I hope you enjoyed the last episode on motherfucking Monday, you know what I'm saying? On Monday's episode, you feel me? Monday's episode where we went over and talked about Chris Brown, you know what I'm saying? I'll let you know that Chris Brown was tired of being compared. Nigga said, God damn it, stop comparing me to other motherfucking artists. I've been doing this shit 20 fucking years, you know what I'm saying? With the scrutiny, with the pressure, with the bullshit from media, being booed, you know what I'm saying? Being blacklisted from performing and all kind of shit. I've been doing this shit, and I'm me. God damn it, stop making comparisons. You feel me? I also let you know Beyonce had her little malfunction when she was up in a car, suspended up in the air, and one of the cords had snapped or something, and the car was at an angle. You know what I'm saying? And they had to slowly lower her down for safety. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was injured. Scott Storch went on to claim that the Roots had some bad shit to say about the Roots. Said they was motherfucking hating ass motherfuckers. Said they called him the white devil and all kind of shit. Also let you know that Will Smith freestyled and mentioned Chris Rock in the freestyle. Let you know that his apologies and feeling bad and looking like he was in tears, feeling bad for it, didn't mean a goddamn thing after doubling down on that shit in a freestyle. Eminem's daughter also let you know that she understood what her father felt like after he was fighting and going through battles and all that shit to keep her privacy and safety at the forefront. She now understands that as she is a parent. Plus, she got a little show coming out, I'll let you know. Just a little Reno, where she is renovating her house. This was when she was pregnant with the child she just had. You know what I'm saying? That she was trying to renovate that shit and get it ready for the baby before the baby got here. You know what I mean? So she got a little show on YouTube called Just a Little Reno. I'll let you know about all that. Those were the 5 subjects for episode 269. But today, it's episode 270. You know what I'm saying? Got a few little topics. You know what I mean? Just a couple, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna keep y'all too long on this good Wednesday, this good hump day, you know what I mean? So Diddy, you know what I'm saying? We gonna definitely touch on Diddy, you feel me, and his verdict and what he been found of and the charges that he been hit with and the charges that was dismissed and all that shit. I got clips of, you know, Khadijah Lynn gonna be in the clips, you feel me? Definitely got clips of that, of her talking about the convictions, and got clips of what happened in the streets outside of the courthouse. Motherfuckers was outraged, some people was in full support. I got a clip of that, you know what I'm saying? There's also a clip of Cassie's friend had sent the judge a letter saying, please don't let this nigga out of jail, goddammit. Please don't give this nigga bond. This nigga is, you feel me? He was sounding real spooked as far as if Diddy's getting out today or not. You know what I'm saying? We're also gonna touch on that. All that shit surrounding Diddy. We're gonna touch on all that. You know what I'm saying? Got clips and shit for all that. Then I got a little clip, little something to talk about Pusha T, how he got Kendrick's verse on that new song that leaked. And they kicked him off the label due to this verse because they didn't want Kendrick to spit whatever he spit in that verse on this album, you feel me? So Clips made the decision to part ways with, I believe, Def Jam it was, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna touch into Pusha T talking about how he got Kendrick on the verse. But that's the 2 topics. That's only 2 topics I'm gonna be going over today, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all ready to jump right into it, let's go there and jump right into it, you feel me? Without further ado, without no more banter or no more motherfucking chatter, you know what I'm saying? Let's jump right into these topics, you know what I mean? So Diddy was definitely found guilty, you know what I'm saying? If you didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Diddy was definitely found guilty today, you know what I'm saying? This morning, you feel me? A lot of speculations going around last night. A lot of motherfuckers waiting for the verdict. They didn't come to a verdict last night, but they came to that shit this morning, you know what I'm saying? Which is really what I was waiting for. If they would have come to the verdict last night, I would have recorded last night, you know what I'm saying? But they came to that shit today, so here I am today letting you know about it, you know what I'm saying? So he was found not guilty on the major charges, you know what I'm saying? It was 5 different counts, you know what I mean? I think 4 of them was involving trafficking, you know what I'm saying? And one of them was the RICO, you know what I mean? We all know that the RICO would have carried the maximum sentence out of all the other charges that was brought against him, you know what I'm saying? So he was found guilty on 2 of the trafficking charges, but they're just straight trafficking charges without coercion or without force of the participant of flying them out, you feel me, for prostitution type shit, you know what I'm saying? So he only got hit with 2 counts of just trafficking without the fraud or without the force or without the coercion involved in them, you know what I'm saying? And of course they didn't hit him with the RICO at all. They didn't convict him of that shit either, you feel me? So the only 2 counts he got hit with was 2 trafficking charges, and both these charges carry 10 years, you know what I'm saying? So that's a total of 20, but we all know money talks in these court situations, being that he's asking for a bail to be let out today. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see how that plays out. You feel me? So I don't know what's going to take place with that, if they going to grant him bail or not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You feel me? But if they do grant him bail, then that is definitely a win for Diddy, and he definitely got off with whatever it is that he might have got off with, you know what I'm saying, as far as the testimonies, witnesses, and all that shit. He definitely got off in their eyes, you know what I'm saying, as far as the real victims, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I'm saying, so we're gonna jump right into these clips, you know what I'm saying, these clips. First, I'm gonna show you just a video of Khadijah Lynn telling you about the convictions and the counts and whatnot and what he's being charged with. I'm gonna let you know, then you're gonna see a clip of a person, lady that was outside the Manhattan court that was in there, just to let you know that he has been convicted. Furthermore, and then I'm gonna let you know about there was a dude in the streets that somebody was recording who was blaming the government and all that shit and saying they swung for the fences by going for the RICO and all this shit and fuck the court, fuck the case up by doing so. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you a clip of that, and also it's the clip that Khadijah Lynn got from Cassie's friend Deontay Nash, who sent a letter to the judge and letting the judge know, saying, please, god damn it, don't let this nigga out. This nigga has a history of retaliation and chasing motherfuckers down and doing this and that behind this and that and being retaliatory and all this and that, and he's in fear of what might happen and shit and all this and that. So he wrote a letter trying to convince the judge not to let that nigga out on no bail. You know what I'm saying? So these next little clips, it's about 3 or 4 of them, as I just explained, that you're about to see is everything surrounding this motherfucking Diddy trial. Check these clips out.
Trial jurors have rendered their final verdict, and it's something that's about to blow a lot of people's minds. Diddy was found not guilty on RICO, not guilty on the trafficking of Cassie Ventura, guilty on the transportation to engage in prostitution of Cassie Ventura and others, not guilty on the trafficking of Jane, and guilty on the transportation to engage in prostitution of Jane and others. This is a huge verdict. Diddy has been found not guilty on all of his major charges. The sentencing timelines for the 2 charges that he was found guilty of, the transportation to engage in prostitution, have a maximum of 10 years. So Diddy could be looking at hardly any jail time at all and will have to wait for the judge to sentence him. We don't know exactly when the sentencing will take place. It could take a couple days or it could be done today. But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
Kons has just been found guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution, but not guilty on sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Now, the biggest charge here was the RICO charge, and he's been found not guilty. I'm outside of the Manhattan courthouse right now where there's a big crowd, and I'll be back with more.
Government is who you blame if you feel that these victims didn't get justice, because he was guilty of the domestic violence and all those things. But you know what they did? They swung for the fence and they went for a RICO.
Basically today the jury decided that a RICO is not a RICO.
How do you feel about the verdict today?
I'm very happy. I feel like justice was served. I've been to a few of his parties and there's been nothing but generosity and positivity, and I've never seen anything negative ever.
I'm an independent journalist that had predicted this was going to be what happened. I said the RICO is weak.
Hopefully he do get some therapy. Hopefully he does get some help. Seek some help. Stay away from the D-rugs and the addiction. But my question is for the people that were complicit, that you think he was guilty. What about everybody that got supposed immunities and proffer agreements and all of that?
Not bad. How are you?
Anything you want the public to know?
Not yet. We'll be saying something soon.
Ventura's friend Deontay Nash has sent a letter to the judge requesting that he deny Diddy's bail. You know, Deontay Nash is one of Cassie's friends, and he was also her former stylist who testified against Diddy in his criminal trial. He testified about multiple instances of violence that he endured and that he also saw Cassie Ventura go through. And now he has just submitted a letter to the judge asking that he deny Diddy's bail until Diddy is sentenced on the 2 charges of prostitution. Deontay Nash said, I am writing to express my grave concern over the prospect of Sean Combs being released from custody. While I appreciate the fairness that you have shown throughout this proceeding, I feel compelled to be unequivocal about the danger he possesses to the public and to the individuals who have risked everything by coming forward. Mr. Combs has a long, well-documented history of violent, coercive, and retaliatory behavior. Over the years, he has repeatedly escaped meaningful accountability, and each time, this has only reinforced his sense of impunity. If he is released now, I have no doubt that he will see it as yet another license to continue intimidating, threatening, and harming people who challenged or exposed him. Many of us have firsthand knowledge of the fear that he instills in those around him. I can say without hesitation that he is a serious and immediate threat to the victims, witnesses, and the broader community. His pattern of violence, particularly while engaged in the trafficking of individuals for prosta, combined with the unchecked substance abuse, makes it clear that he is not ready to re-enter society safely or responsibly. To release Mr. Combs without substantial consequence would undermine the integrity of this process and send a dangerous message that wealth and influence can shield someone indefinitely from accountability. It also endangers those who have cooperated with this investigation under subpoena, who are already living in fear of retaliation. I urge you in the strongest possible terms to prioritize the safety of the victims and witnesses over any consideration of leniency. Mr. Combs has had countless opportunities to change, and he has shown instead to escalate his harmful conduct. Allowing him back into the community now would be a profound mistake. Thank you for your time, for your commitment to protecting the public from those who repeatedly demonstrate that they are unwilling to respect the law. Respectfully, Deontay Nash. Now, the judge still hasn't made a determination on this. We are still waiting for the government to submit their letter on why they don't think that Diddy should be released. Diddy's team and his lawyers have submitted their letter requesting that Diddy be released on $1 million bail package. We'll be hearing from the judge very soon, and we'll find out if he is for sure going to let Diddy walk free while Diddy awaits his sentencing on the 2 charges of prosta. For now, y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
You know what I'm saying? That was a combination of about 3-4 different videos all about this Diddy shit. Letting you know the counts, letting you know that Cassie's friend wrote a letter to the judge saying don't let this nigga out and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? What you seen was all that. You seen the outrages from the people in the streets outside the courtroom. You seen dude talk about the government. You seen one lady talk about she was in full support. She been to some parties. Didn't see nothing foul in that motherfucker. You feel me? So it's people that supporting them, people that hate it, and all kind of shit outside the courtroom on the streets probably still going on right now as I record this. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's happening? If you enjoying this content and you enjoying this constant motherfucking content that Kons podcast is bringing, then go on and hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? Go on and do that shit in the middle of this video, in the middle of me adding. Go on and do that shit right now. You feel me? Hit that subscribe button right now. But yeah, though, we're going to get into some more of that on the closing thoughts. Pusha T, you know what I'm saying? Pusha T had definitely went on a interview and talked about how he got Kendrick to spit on the song. You know what I'm saying? The shit that's been going viral, shit that's making a whole bunch of headlines because he leaked the song. You know what I'm saying? And then we all know that he had to switch labels and left Def Jam due to Kendrick's verse because Def Jam apparently didn't want this verse to be heard by the people. You know what I'm saying? So this next little clip you're about to see is just Pusha T detailing on how he got Kendrick on his song. Check it out.
Got a Kendrick feature coming on here.
Yeah.
Can you speak a little bit about how it came together? I don't know if you could talk to the track tone or direction or like.
Sure. I mean, Clips and Kendrick together, that speaks lyricism. Like in any time, I don't think people want anything other than that. You know, it was a situation where the traffic of people just coming in and out of the studio, and it happened to be a person from Kendrick's camp who was like in the studio, and we let his folks hear the album, and he called him and was like, listen, you need to get on this. And mind you, at this particular time, he was just super busy. Yeah. And man, I sent them songs over. He just called back laughing, like, oh man.
Oh really?
He was like, okay, I gotta do it. Don't worry about it. He was like, yo, I want to do 2. And the idea of right place, right time makes everything happen, and having the actual product. And it's music, so you can get caught up in the moment. Like you can catch people up in the moment.
Yeah.
With something polarizing. And I feel like that was one of those moments for us.
Just saying, you know what I'm saying? That was him in the interview. Just letting you know what I'm saying? He played it for somebody else, and somebody else got in contact with Kendrick and was like, nigga, you need to get on this. You feel me? And he sure did. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard it yet. I don't know if Clip's album is out just yet. I don't think it's out yet. I think it's due out sometime in a week or so, a couple of weeks. I think it's definitely out in July. You know what I mean? I'm not sure when it's out. Let me see. Let me look real fast. See when this Clip album come out for the one time. Shit, it is out. Oh no, it's not out. Okay, I'm tripping. It's not. Yeah. So yeah, the Clips album is not out yet. You know what I'm saying? The shit is gonna be coming out July 11th though. You know what I mean? It's gonna be coming out July 11th. You'll be able to hear all the songs and all the controversy and all this shit and everything that he got on there. You'll hear the song that he got with Kendrick Lamar and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for that. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's all the topics I got for you today. You know what I'm saying? For episode 270. You know what I'm saying? We went over that Diddy shit. Let you know all about the Diddy trial, what he got convicted of, and the counts and all that shit. And here, Cassie's friend wanting that nigga to not be bailed out and all that. Let you know about all that. Also let you know about Pusha T and how he got Kendrick on that song. You know what I'm saying? He went full detail about it on the podcast, on the interview that I let you see. You know what I'm saying? That was the only two topics I had for today. You feel me? Mainly wanted to get that Diddy one in there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, time for the closing thoughts. You feel me? Time for my closing thoughts on these topics. You know what I'm saying? Diddy, you know what I mean? So we all know, you know what I'm saying? Diddy was pretty much got off. You know what I'm saying? Didn't really get off, but got off. You know what I mean? Didn't really get off, but he pretty much got off though. You know what I'm saying? He only got hit with 2 counts of trafficking. You know what I'm saying? Each of them carry 10 years, but now he Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that he's gonna, money talks a lot in these court situations. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely, that's a win to Diddy. You know what I mean? For sure, being that they did not hit him with the RICO. He only got hit with 2 charges of trafficking, and the trafficking charges that he got hit with don't involve force or coercion. You know what I'm saying? They're just plain traffic charges. You feel me? For him flying out prostitutes and shit like that. Now, you know what I'm saying? The streets seemed like they, was a bunch of mixed feelings. You know what I'm saying? Some people was hype. Some people was mad about the shit. You know what I'm saying? Some people saying that he just, you feel me, got off, you know what I mean? And his money is talking and all this and that. I felt like he was going to get off anyway. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it just wasn't no hardcore evidence being presented to the courts. Nobody came with no hard evidence. Everything was, he say, she say. And this is my story. Hope you believe it. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody coming with no hardcore based evidence, no pictures, no none of that. You know what I mean? No, we didn't see pictures of bruises, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know what I mean? I think the evidence was definitely lacking. You know what I'm saying? I think it was just based off testimonies and shit like that, and it just wasn't enough. Definitely not enough to get him convicted of the RICO. You know what I'm saying? He came in there and tried to put the car burning thing on him. You feel me? But the car was not blown up. That car was definitely in full tact, probably drivable. You know what I'm saying? It was only some burn marks on the leather or whatnot. You feel me? But the fire looked like it was definitely put out fast. It didn't have time to do too much damage according to the pictures on dude Porsche. You know what I'm saying? So they couldn't get him with no blowing that shit up. You know what I mean? Nor could they get him with setting it on fire. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, like I said, it just wasn't no evidence for this shit. You know what I mean? I didn't think that it was going to be all said and done this fast. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely didn't think that he was going to be convicted of nothing too serious. You know what I'm saying? Now, each of these traffic charges carry 10 years, though. Is it going to get, like, time served or... You know what I'm saying? Is he going to stay in? They going to let him out? You know what I mean? I don't know. He definitely ain't done nowhere near 10 or 20 years. You know what I'm saying? He only been in there not even a year, I don't think. I think we're going to hit a year in September of this year, I believe. So, if I remember right. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. This shit is tricky. You feel me? And then we got Cassie's homie, you know what I'm saying, begging the judge not to let that nigga out. You feel me? I think these niggas are scared. I think the people are scared, being that his history of being retaliatory and shit like that and chasing after people and got that mean concoction that'll body you and make it look like you passed away from pneumonia. You know what I'm saying? People was aware of this shit. You feel me? So, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? The shit is crazy. You know what I mean? He finally got convicted, though, 2 of the charges. You know what I'm saying? Out of 5 charges. You feel me? Only the 2. So yeah, I guess that's a win, you know what I mean? Also in the clips you seen, you know what I'm saying, was his lawyer, you know what I mean, which he didn't have nothing to say, you know what I'm saying? But I put that in the clips for you, forgot to mention it, but it was definitely in the clips you seen, you know what I'm saying? But yeah though, man, you know what I'm saying? I think he definitely gonna be back outside in a minute, you know what I mean? We definitely gonna be hearing about a party or something, a welcome home party or some shit. I think he gonna go back to the same ass Diddy shit for sure, you know what I mean? Without a doubt. It's only a matter of time, you know what I'm saying? Pusha T talked about how he got Kendrick on the album, you feel me? Which was dope little insight, you know what I'm saying? Being that this shit has caused a lot of controversy and shit already, you know what I'm saying? The album ain't even out yet, you feel me? They had leaked the song and everything, let you hear the verse and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to him though, getting Kendrick on that song. A lot of people was definitely hyped to hear that shit, you know what I'm saying? Especially with Kendrick, we ain't heard nothing from Kendrick since GNX, you know what I mean? He been touring and shit, doing his tour and shit on this GNX tour with SZA. So we ain't really heard nothing new from Kendrick, you know what I'm saying, as far as a verse and all that, you know what I mean? So a lot of people was anxious. Is he doubling down? Is he talking about Drake? Is he still talking about Drake? What he gonna be saying, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people is interested in that. Anticipation hype is building up for that song, definitely for the Clips album, you know what I'm saying? They did a whole lot of great marketing work for the album, you feel me, by using Kendrick's verse on the song, you know what I'm saying? Definitely for sure, the marketing team is killing it, you know what I'm saying, and building up anticipation for that album, you know what I'm saying? But that shit is dope. I can't wait to hear it though. July 11th, we're gonna get to hear that shit. Let God Sort Him Out is the name of the Clips album that they got coming out July 11th, you know what I'm saying? So I'm hyped for that shit, hyped to hear it, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's episode 270. Thank you for tuning in, you know what I'm saying? That's all I got for y'all today, you feel me? Appreciate y'all watching, you know what I'm saying? Whether you was a little brother or older sister, you know what I'm saying? An older brother, you know what I'm saying? Whether you was a little cousin, an older cousin, a niece, a nephew, an uncle, a auntie, a grandma, a grandpa, a mother, a father, wherever you is. And if you got pets sitting there with you watching Kons podcast run along with you, whether you got a pet hedgehog, whether you got a pet fox, a pet dog, whether you got a pet cat, whether you have a pet snake, you have a pet python, goddamn, you have a pet alligator, a pet zebra, you have a pet giraffe, you feel me, sticking his head through the window with his long ass neck peeping at Kons podcast, I definitely fucks with him, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like you see my nigga, my emoji homie, my nigga emoji scrolling up the screen, you know what I'm saying? Saluting you, giving you that good salute, you know what I mean? But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in, thank y'all for watching, you know what I'm saying? This beat that you're about to hear was made by my nigga Oh Amazing Beats, you feel me? Once again, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, peep this beat out, you know what I'm saying? Let my nigga Oh Amazing talk to y'all one time and peep these little credits, you feel me? Thank you for watching Kons motherfucking podcast, you feel me? Hit that subscribe button, tell your friends about it, tell everybody about it, you feel me? Yeah, let everybody know. Episode 270, you know what I'm saying? Kons motherfucking podcast, you feel me? Thank you for watching.
You hate me, don't you?
what the fuck they're doing. You understand that? That they don't know what. You understand that? That they don't know what the fuck they're doing. The fuck they're doing. You understand that? The fuck they're doing. That they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that? That they don't know what the fuck they're doing. The fuck they're doing. The fuck they're doing. You understand that? You understand that?